News Panorama is a TV news magazine program that gives you the story behind the story.
It tells the stories the way they should be told by capturing the larger scale.
It deals with people's deep feelings on issues that, when brought to the fore, ultimately educates, informs and entertains.
News Panorama. Capture the larger scale.
Tax remittance is a significant source of revenue generation that helps the government to meet its statutory obligation. However, its multiplicity and duplication by government or other bodies has turned it into clog in the wheel of progress for companies, micro, small and medium-scale businesses struggling to survive amid the worsening economic conditions of the country and indeed the state. Again, the need for proper financial planning, the future of the Nigerian Naira, and many more impacting financial reports. Welcome and thanks for joining me on the program News Panorama. I am Josephine Efanga.
News Panorama. Capture the larger scale.
If you have just tuned in, you are watching News Panorama. In a time marked by economic uncertainty, financial planning has emerged as a critical tool for Nigerian households and businesses alike. With Nigeria navigating through fluctuating economic conditions, the importance of good financial planning cannot be overstated. Stephanie Oren brings details of the report.
As the country grapples with economic instability, financial planning has become a vital tool for individuals and businesses to navigate the challenging landscape.
With rising inflation, a fluctuating currency and stagnant economic growth, experts stress that financial planning is no longer a luxury but a necessity. According to a recent survey, nearly 70% of Nigerians lack a comprehensive financial plan, leaving them vulnerable to economic shock. This has made financial planning education necessary. Financial planning helps individuals and businesses make informed decisions, prioritize expenses, and build resilience in the face of economic uncertainty. This helps individuals and businesses prepare for the future, as well as keep them at alert in case of emergencies or unprecedented financial crises. Mr. Morrison Tui, a financial expert, underscores the importance of financial planning, pointing that there is a need for Nigerians to be financially literate, especially with the fluctuating economic conditions.
It is very, very important to plan financially. The word finance, when you have finances, you can't beg. When you have difficulties, you cannot be running around to look for who to help. If you plan very well, when issues arises, you know you will not be running from pillar to post. And there is need to invest. When you invest, whether you earn 100,000, if you take a 20,000 and look for small thing and be investing that your 20,000. There will be a time where that your 20,000 the turnover can help settle the financial situation.
Stating the need for financial planning, some cross-riverians said financial planning is a necessity, especially in terms of marriage and setting up business enterprises. They also stated financial planning is the first step to take to avoid unplanned downfall.
It's important because you don't know what the next day holds. So whenever there's an opportunity, you need to make proper plans for the future. So I think that's just the only way to plan for the future. You can't really tell what the next day holds. If you have that same strength to carry out the normal hustle that you had today. So since you can't tell, it's just okay to be planning so that whenever, even on a rainy day, you can still survive.
There are three methods of planning. You reserve money for speculative, transactionary, and precautionary money. So as far as this economy is concerned, that things are going more tougher on our sides, we need to plan financially, because if you are a businessman, for example, or a farmer, you have some money to invest in your business or farming. And there is money for you also to invest for any emergency like accident and other things. And there is also money for you to keep in your house for food, day-to-day running of your house.
Others hinted that financial planning helps ease extravagant spending in the face of the constantly evolving economy.
It's necessary to plan financially because at some point you might find yourself bankrupt. You really need support. So planning financially, it's very, very necessary. Also, let me say, terms of marriage in the future, your children, school, and other things, you really need money for all those stuff. So planning financially is really necessary.
It's very important to plan financially. Firstly, we are humans, but our body needs to be taken care of in the aspect of food and otherwise, like the poor every day that means without daily planning you can achieve. And to avoid unnecessary embarrassment.
Financial planning helps make informed decisions, prioritize expenses, and build resilience against economic uncertainty. It also notes that the government has launched initiatives to promote financial inclusion and literacy and encourages individuals to engage a financial advisor or planner to take control of their financial future. For CRBC News Panorama, Stephanie Oreng reporting.
In a move to address the escalating cost of living, the government has issued a 1-month ultimatum to traders, warning them to reduce the prices of their items or face strict measures with the hike in fuel price, which has led to the increase of cost of production, transportation and packaging, etc. Many are concerned about this move and what it means for the traders and the common man. If your Wanepeta brings more details, the report.
The soaring prices of items in the market is a case of alarm for all citizens of Nigeria. Due to this, the federal government has given all traders a 1-month ultimatum to bring down the prices of all their items.
The federal government's recent directive to traders to reduce the prices of their items within a 1-month ultimatum has sent shockwaves through Nigeria's trading community. Intended to alleviate the burden of rising food costs on citizens, the policy has raised concerns among traders who fear for their livelihoods and businesses. With the clock ticking, traders are scrambling to comprehend the implications of this directive and its potential impact on their operations. The ultimatum poses significant economic and operational challenges to traders. Reducing prices artificially will likely slash profit margins, making it difficult for traders to sustain their businesses. This could lead to increased debt, market instability, and potential bankruptcy. Moreover, traders face supply chain disruptions, logistics, and transportation costs that are beyond their control, rendering price reductions unfeasible. Speaking, some cross-riverians stated that the move by the government, although a good motive, is inconsiderate to the plight faced by the traders in terms of the high cost of transportation, the cost of buying the items, and the rising inflation rate.
Giving order, reduce your prices within 1 month or within 1 week or within 3 weeks is not doing the needful, and they have not done the needful. So what is responsible for that? That is what government should look at first and nip it at the bud.
What the government is supposed to do is that the closing of the border is really eating deep into the economy of Nigeria. They should open border. They should bring down the price of insured. The problem of Nigeria is that the subsidy they have removed that has stepped up the prices of fuel, because the transportation cost of these traders is what is now making the prices to be inflated.
Others advise that the government first moderates the prices from the manufacturing end, as well as look into how the prices of fuel can be subsidized or reduced.
Everything lies on the fuel subsidy. If the federal government can bring down the fuel subsidy, then they can be able to ask the traders to reduce the price of their goods. That will be possible. But it's not possible when they are buying with their own money and then you are now asking them to reduce the price.
I will not support the federal government in totality for his position that all traders must reduce the prices of things they sell, going to the fact that they used to buy it higher too, and as such they will want to make gains. Sometimes they buy this same thing, or they sell a particular product. When they go back to the market to go and buy that same product, the price there has increased. The federal government should make sure that his strategies, to make sure that he has put in place strategies to see how he can regulate these things from the manufacturers.
Some traders complained about the government's ultimatum, complaining that if the prices of fuel, the high cost of transportation, and the constant rise of prices are not fixed, they cannot do anything.
Without fuel to come down, we cannot drop the price of our goods. I am asking the government to drop down the price of fuel. first, so that when we get to the market, we can come back at least a little transport. From there, we can sell something.
When we are starting doing this cycle, we do buy both beans, 50 naira, 40, 30, and then at the end of the day, we'll see something to go home with. But now, we have been worrying because sometimes when we go to buy a cup of beans now, 500 naira, and we will end up that we cannot get anything inside. And when we debate from it, they will ask us, they told us that it's fuel that is the problem.
Reduce the price of things. That thing is too cost.
While the orders from the federal government is a move to curb the soaring prices of food, is a move to curb the soaring prices of items and to stop extortions, many are lamenting that it is inconsiderate considering the high rate of transportation and the cost of getting these items from manufacturers. They ask that the federal government look into transportation rates and as well regulate the prices from the manufacturers. For CRBC News Panorama, Efewan Ekpeta reporting.
In response to the rising operational costs and evolving economic factors, the University of Calabar has recently announced a fare adjustment for its shuttle service. This service, which plays a crucial role in facilitating students and staff transportation across the expansive campus, has been essential to daily commuting. The fare adjustment, however, has sparked diverse reaction among students, staff and other university stakeholders. Emmanuela Itagbo brings details of the report.
As primary and secondary schools in the state resume for the current academic session, there has been an increase in the rates at which pupils and students report to school late. This development has caused some heads of schools in Calabar to advise parents to register their wards and students in learning institutions close to their homes, in order to reduce the rate of lateness due to the recent transportation challenges. As at 9:30 a.m., some children were seen walking to school due to the long distance and lack of transportation fares. The hike in fuel price has also caused a recent adjustment service fare from 70 naira to 100 naira at the University of Calabar, a development which has sparked significant debate among the student population. While some students understand the rationale behind the fare increase, most are expressing frustration, stating that the hike is adding to their already heavy financial burdens. At Government Primary School Akim, the head teacher, Mrs. Dorothy Esuko, and Vice Principal, Bickwell Girls Government Secondary School, frowned at the low turnout of wards to school within 1 week of official reopening for 2024/2025 academic session. They said the high level of lateness to school by the pupils, students and teachers negatively affecting the learning process of the institution, and appealed to relevant authorities and government to make provision for free bus services in order to reduce the burden of transportation.
We used to have a good population turn up when we are resuming like this for our new admission, but we don't have, because parents are coming to go, they come and find out and say that the transport is low, is very much, that is high. So we encourage that parents should register their ward close to where they are living, so that they will be able to release their own children. And government, please, should try and help us to bring buses that can pick the wells and also the teachers.
We are prepared. We had our pre-resumption meeting on the 6th of September, where we came out with a guideline on what to do for this term. Lesson notes were given out to teachers, classes were allotted, and then class teachers and subject teachers. The children, not many, are in school yet. We resumed with about 144 students on the first day of resumption, and it keeps on fluctuating. Some days it will be less, some days it will be more. Don't know what the problem really is, but I think the transportation problem is affecting them, especially when it rains. They may not be able to come to school.
Mr. Emma Ubo of Aku Nigerian Primary School and Mrs. Benedict Akaga of Government Secondary School Magreteko said though the institution have equally faced some challenges, but the learning process had begun from the first day of the reopening for few students available. They added that the high cost of living in the area of transportation has caused lots of psychological effects on the children, which may lead to poor performance.
We have had some turnout, some challenges
that are not being created by us, one of which is the current economic exigencies that we are facing in the country. And the cost of living has really spiked. Most people's parents are opting to go to cheaper schools, probably in order to be able to line their pockets with money left good enough to feed their children.
So it's a serious academic session. For parents out there, please urge your children to come. In this school, we have a pattern that we start lectures very first day. Parents, please endeavor to make your children start school, especially from the first day. Teachers are very, very prepared. They come to school, even with the harsh economy, they come to school, and we are very, very ready for them.
Following the hike in price of transportation and its effect on the adjust Unical shuttle fare, some students of the University of Calabar has this to say.
I heard they have increased shuttle. I don't know how we're going to do, but I don't know. I think I'm just going to start trekking because I cannot be paying 100 naira every time to enter shuttle. I don't know what they are going to do about it because it's also hard for students like us. I just hope they find a way to reduce it.
Actually, the increase of transport fare in the campus has become very, very unbearable. Moving from 70 naira to 100 naira. As a student, I've even been unable to patronize, having to trek a long distance from the main gate down to where I'm having lectures or exams. So I think the management should look into it while bringing up measures to help the student on campus.
For CRBC News Panorama, Imanela Oga.
As Nigeria continues to assert its position as the giant of Africa, the future of its currency, the Naira, remains a pressing concern despite the country's vast resources and economic potential. The Naira has not made the list of the top strongest currency in Africa as at 2024. This raises critical questions about the currency's stability, the economic policies in place, and the overall outlook for Nigeria's financial stability. Prince Chijoke completes the report.
In recent years, the Naira has faced significant challenges, including high inflation rates, fluctuating oil prices, and a growing foreign exchange crisis.
The future of the Nigerian currency, the Naira, is facing heightened examination as the nation grapples with economic uncertainty, with oil price in flux, inflation on the rise. The Naira's value is under intense pressure.
The Central Bank of Nigeria has implemented various measures to stabilize the currency, including multiple exchange rates, reams, and restriction on foreign currency access. However, these efforts have yielded mixed results, with many Nigerians still struggling to access foreign currencies for trade and travel. Recent statistics as of 2024 for African countries with the worst performing currency, Nigeria was at the top of the list with an estimate of 55%, followed by Angola, Malawi, and other African countries.
I think the best thing to do in order to regain for Naira to regain its value back is to focus more on production than depending on oil, maybe for transporting oil and all that. Our currency has really lost value. So in order to regain it back, we need to go back and see what we can do about production and focus more on production, producing than depending on exportation of oil.
The future of Nigerian currency is uncertain because there are so many factors at play. There's inflation, there is economic instability. We can only pray for a better Nigeria, and we hope that this currency takes its rightful position as one of the most valued currency in Africa.
The Naira, Nigeria official currency, has faced significant depreciation over the years. Inflation, foreign exchange shortage, and fluctuating oil prices, Nigerian primary exports, have continued to weaken the Naira. Despite being Africa's largest economy, these factors has eroded investors' confidence and strained the currency stability.
What I want country to see how you can turn back to those days when our Naira was functioning well, was that what I come to know about it, all those cocoa import and palm oil, yes, the import, they were not depending on oil. That was why everything was going well. But now that they are depending on oil, that's why you see our Naira doesn't have any value.
Nigerian currency, you will see day after day. It is because of the unstable Nigerian economy that causes Nigerian currency losing value every day. I saw, yes, that Nigeria should improve in their economic system.
This situation has raised many concerns as more and more people continue to proffer solutions on the way forward.
Nigeria, we don't invest in areas of production. We only consume. Let us reduce consumption. Let us not face production. Let's go to agri. Let's know the area that can produce plantain, banana, and you encourage them.
What normally causes this is as a result of inflation, when too much money is in circulation and the goods, that this money is supposed to purchase are few, and so more money and lesser goods. So I think if Nigerian government or whoever is at the helm of affair wants to, bring back the value of Naira, let them curtail the high rate of releasing money and then focus more on, agricultural production.
The future of the Nigerian currency remains an issue with significant implications for Nigerian economic stability, with the ongoing effort from the federal government and various economic factors at play. The coming years will be crucial in determining the currency's path. CRBC News Panorama, Praise Joke reporting.
In Calabar, at Wat and Goldie Market, the market traders are expressing their concerns about the heavy tax burden they are facing. This issue has become a significant challenge for those who are trying to sustain their businesses in this market. High tax collection can directly impact the profitability and operation of small businesses like those in Wat and Goldie Market. Understanding the specific dynamics of taxation in this market and its effect on livelihood of these market traders is crucial to addressing their grievances and finding solutions to support their businesses. Mercy Jeremiah brings more details. The report.
Taxes are levied in almost all countries of the world, primarily to raise government expenditure, although they serve other purposes as well. It is a mechanism through which the government seeks to realize some of its economic objectives. Most importantly, taxation is a major source of government revenue, and tax proceeds are used by the government to render their traditional functions, such as provisions of good roads, maintenance of law and order, defense against external aggression, regulation of trade and business to ensure social and economic maintenance. These provisions of services and infrastructure goes a long way to reduce total cost of operation of business. But when this taxation is extremely high, it becomes a burden to the citizen and business owners. For years, market traders in Wat Market, one of the largest markets in Calabar, have been struggling to pay their taxes. The taxes, which are meant to support the local government area, have become a burden to traders, and they say more than their profits is used to pay daily taxation in the markets.
Before now, the tax they were getting 250 from us actually, which was good for us at that time because at least 250 a day, it's okay. But now, since let's say February, March, they tend to increase the price from 250 to 600, which is quite exorbitant for us, and I would say personally that it's not okay for us.
The taxation aspect is really affecting us because first of all, people are not really buying, coupled with the fact that presently the fuel scarcity is really affecting us. And as for the tax, the thing has really pivoted from how it was and now. And I think for the daily tax which we pay, previously we were paying 15 naira for sanitation. Then on Fridays, there's a particular tax we pay, which is 200 naira.
Other traders said, in the face of the country's people economy, duplicate taxation have made them unable to even sustain their families anymore.
We are paying daily sanitation, 100 naira. But as before, it was 50 naira. So now they say we should pay 100 naira. It's very annoying. It's not fair because everything now in the market we are buying costly and we are not gaining from so many things. Then we are paying sanitation 100, calculate 100 naira per month. It's a very big money.
People hardly come to the market
sales are really bad these days because of the hardship we are facing. I just wish the government of the day can do something about it because we are really suffering.
These ones call on the state government to direct authorities of local government council to review and reverse the tax collection process for a more accessible and affordable taxation.
You collect early in the morning, 50 naira. In the afternoon, 50 naira. So if you don't come in the morning, you pay the afternoon. But now they have come to make it compulsory that you pay 100 naira one time. Whether you come in the morning, you don't come in the morning, you pay. So the ticket has increased. Government should meet the people they gave that contract to tell them that the women are suffering. We're going to buy this thing. It's on the high side.
There is a lot of ticket I'm paying here, please. I just want government to help me. I'll move some because the market, the business that I'm buying, like this salt now, before it was 350 now, but now I'm selling it 500, and it's too much. And people are complaining that it's too much. But we sell it so that we can move the money that we paid for the ticket. So I just want government to assist us and move some of them because it's too much for us.
For CRBC News Panorama, Mercy Jeremiah reporting.
The traders of wet market are calling on the state government to please direct relevant authorities of Calabar South local government area on the need to review the taxation levied to traders daily as they are low-income earners. For CRBC News Panorama, Jeremiah Mercy reporting.
Reliable communication has become a luxury in Nigeria and indeed Cross River State, as scrapping network situation continues to plague residents and businesses alike. Drop calls, slow data rates, frequent disconnections have become the norm, hindering economic growth, flow of businesses, social interaction, and daily lives. With the digital divide growing wider, the need for urgent action to address this issue has never been more pressing. Glory Charles tells us more, the report.
Nigeria, Africa's largest economy and most populous, challenge with its telecommunication network infrastructure. Despite having over 200 million mobile subscribers and a growing demand for digital services, the country's network situation remains affected by the slow data speed, congested network and poor coverage. The situation affects not only individuals, but businesses, organizations, and the economy as a whole, hindering productivity, access information, and communication. Some respondents shared their experiences on how poor network affects them during calls and while trying to access the internet.
Because some of us would like to make calls, but the poor network will not allow us to make calls or reach our people or reach our colleagues, and there has been trouble since yesterday evening and in the night and even this morning. So we don't even know what to do. I don't know what's the problem with especially Airtel network.
Most especially when a lecturer gives you an assignment and you really need to submit that assignment. It's really frustrating. Like, I can't even imagine. Like, sometimes I'll just try getting my assignment done and the next thing, it just disappeared. The network just goes off and I'm just stopped in a place that I can't even find myself.
Other respondents called on government to provide a body to manage the mobile providers' operations.
They have network fluctuation. Could be maybe most times MTN to MTN it could fluctuate, MTN to Airtel, MTN to Line and others. So you always have these ones. As maybe you want to place a call, it keeps cracking, you can't hear the other side of the person speaking. So that's number one problem, challenge. And then the second one, it could be that maybe as you're making a call, most times the voice can be mute. Your voice can be mute and you can't hear what the other person is saying, and your money is running at the same time. So it means you're losing money and you're not getting what you want out of the money you're paying. So that's the second one I've experienced. And thirdly, most times maybe you can even call somebody and the phone rings before you know that you call back. It's going to tell you one network issue or the other, the phone is switched off. You should align all the network to be one, to be using, let's say, maybe 4G or 5G, so that we know that the frequency is one.
A few others are of the opinion that government should reduce the tax regime given to the telecommunication agencies.
I really feel that governments are not doing enough. The regulatory bodies, the Nigerian Telecommunication Commission, that is NCC, they are not doing enough. because I believe if telecommunication networks are being sanctioned for each downtime, maybe they start paying for every hour that there's a downtime, they pay a particular fine, they might sit up and do their work and know that it's business.
They should go into the network system and then provide some incentives like reducing the tax rates which the government are taxing them either annually or per how they want to register.
The poor network situation in multiple dimensions, forcing users of the mobile network to seek alternative solutions to navigate the net. This situation, many say, is frustrating and fraudulent as the service providers are making money out of the situation. For CRBC News Panorama, Ruby Charles reporting.
That is all we have on our lineup this week. We hope to be back same time next week. Do keep a date with us. I am Josephine Ifama.